welcome to your deep dive. We're going to be taking a whirlwind tour today of cryptocurrency and blockchain.
Sounds exciting.
You sent over a fascinating mix of material, podcast transcripts, articles on specific coins, even some stuff about applications beyond finance. It's a lot.
Yeah.
But that's what we're here for.
That's what deep dives are for.
Exactly.
Definitely a field that's evolving so rapidly, and all the technical jargon is like a whole different language.
Right.
But when you get down to it, it's really a conversation about value, trust, and how we think about those concepts, maybe how they're changing.
I like that, a conversation about how we value things.
Yeah.
So let's jump right into that conversation. What is cryptocurrency, really? We hear it everywhere.
You're right, it's everywhere these days.
Yeah.
In the simplest terms, cryptocurrency is basically a digital form of currency that uses cryptography for security.
Okay.
Think of it like digital cash.
Okay.
But instead of physical coins or bills, it exists purely online.
Okay, digital cash, that makes sense. But one of the things I've always found interesting is that it's not controlled by a government or any financial institution.
Right.
How does that even work?
That's where blockchain comes in.
Okay.
So unlike those traditional currencies, cryptocurrencies operate on these decentralized networks, which are powered by blockchain technology.
Okay.
Instead of like a central authority, like a bank or a government, calling all the shots, transactions are actually verified and recorded on this distributed ledger.
So it's like a shared public record, but instead of being held in one place, it's spread out across a network of computers all over the world.
Precisely. Each block in the chain contains information about a whole bunch of transactions.
Okay.
And once a block is filled, it's linked to the previous block, creating this chronological chain of data that's virtually tamper-proof, really difficult to alter.
Wow. Okay, so I think I'm starting to get the blockchain part, but what does this actually look like in practice? Like, if I were to use Bitcoin, how would a transaction even happen?
Let's say you want to buy something using Bitcoin.
Okay.
When you go ahead and initiate that transaction, it gets broadcast to the entire network of computers on the blockchain.
Oh, okay.
These computers, we call them miners, are competing to solve these really complex mathematical problems.
Wow.
The first one to crack the code gets to add the next block of transactions, including yours, to the blockchain.
Oh, wow.
And that's...
So it's like a reward system for keeping the whole system secure.
Exactly. That process is known as mining. And that's actually how new Bitcoins are created and released into circulation.
Oh, okay.
It incentivizes people to participate in the network and ensures the integrity of the whole thing.
It's fascinating.
But here's the thing. Bitcoin is just one example of cryptocurrency.
Right.
And blockchain has implications far beyond just digital cash.
See, that's what I find so fascinating about all of this. It's not just about buying things online. It's about this whole idea of trust and transparency in any system where you're transferring value, transferring information.
Yeah, it's huge.
But before we go too far down that road, let's zoom back in on cryptocurrency for a second.
Okay.
We've talked about Bitcoin, that was the first, but now there are, thousands of these digital currencies out there?
Thousands.
Where do you even begin to try to understand all of them?
It can feel overwhelming.
Yeah.
But a good way to think about it is Bitcoin was like the first edition.
Okay.
And since then, there have been many, many attempts to iterate on that concept, improve it.
Okay.
And that's where you get into altcoins, basically any cryptocurrency that's not Bitcoin.
Altcoins. Okay.
Yeah.
So what are some of the most noteworthy ones and what makes them different?
Well, Ethereum's a big one.
Okay.
You've probably heard of that.
I have.
It's known for its smart contract capabilities, which let developers build decentralized applications, entire financial systems on top of the Ethereum blockchain.
Wow.
Like creating a whole digital ecosystem.
So if Bitcoin is like digital gold, Ethereum is more like a
platform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A platform where you can build all sorts of things.
Exactly. That's a great analogy.
Okay.
And then you have other altcoins, each one trying to address specific limitations or introduce new features.
Okay.
Solana, for example, is known for its speed and efficiency in processing transactions.
Okay.
Cardano focuses on security and sustainability, really big on that. Polkadot aims to improve what we call blockchain interoperability, so making it easier for different blockchains to communicate with each other.
Right. So you've got Bitcoin, the original digital gold, and this whole universe of altcoins trying to improve on different aspects of blockchain technology or offer something unique.
It's a big world out there.
It's a lot to wrap your head around.
It is.
There's one more term I've heard thrown around.
Yes.
Stable coins. What are those all about?
Stablecoins are designed to address probably the biggest concern people have with cryptocurrencies in general. Volatility.
Oh, okay.
Unlike Bitcoin or Ethereum, where the prices can fluctuate wildly,
Right.
stablecoins aim to maintain a stable value,
Yeah.
usually pegged to a traditional currency like the US dollar, or sometimes a basket of assets.
So they offer a bit more stability, predictability for those who don't want to ride the crypto roller coaster.
Exactly.
What would be some examples of stable coins that people might recognize?
Two of the most common ones are Tether, often referred to by its ticker symbol USDT,
Okay.
and then USD Coin, or USDC.
Gotcha.
These are often used by traders within the cryptocurrency market as a way to hold a digital asset that's a little more stable, or as a bridge between crypto and the traditional financial systems.
So we've covered Bitcoin, the original digital gold,
Yeah.
altcoins like Ethereum and Solana, which are pushing the boundaries of what blockchain can do,
Pushing boundaries, yep.
and stablecoins, which offer a bit more, well, stability.
Stability, yeah,
It's a lot to process.
it is.
But it sounds like there are different ways to even approach this whole cryptocurrency thing.
Right.
Is it as simple as buying some Bitcoin and hoping for the best? Or are there different strategies people use?
There are definitely different approaches that people take.
Okay.
Some people view it as a long-term investment, like digital gold, like we were saying, while others are more interested in the active trading side of things.
Okay, so that's what I was curious about, the different ways people engage with the market.
Yeah.
Let's unpack those a bit more after a quick break. So we're back and ready to dive into these different ways people approach the cryptocurrency market.
All right. Sounds good.
You mentioned some people view it as a long-term investment. Is that where this whole idea of ho-dealing comes in?
You got it. HODL.
HODL, which stands for hold on for dear life, is a really popular strategy, particularly among those who are really, believe in the long-term potential of cryptocurrencies.
Right.
Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Your hold on for dear life, it sounds a little intense.
A little bit. Yeah.
But I get the concept. You're in it for the long haul, riding out the ups and downs.
Yeah, you're not letting the volatility scare you off
Yeah.
because you believe that overall it's, the trajectory is upward,
Right.
long term.
Exactly.
It requires a certain level of, I guess, conviction.
Sure.
And definitely a long-term perspective.
For sure.
But then you have those who are a little more, maybe have a higher risk tolerance, more comfortable with active trading, and those are the ones who are really trying to,
To time the market.
to time the market.
Yeah.
Capitalize on those price fluctuations.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, it's not just buying and holding. It's buying, selling, trying to ride those waves.
Exactly.
For what does that actually look like?
So cryptocurrency trading, that can involve a bunch of different strategies.
Okay.
Some people engage in what's called day trading, which means they're opening and closing positions within a single day. So they're trying to profit from those really small, short-term price movements.
So they're glued to the charts all day,
Pretty much, yeah.
watching every little tick, trying to, buy low, sell high, all within a 24-hour period.
It's a little more fast-paced.
Yeah, a little more adrenaline fueled.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then you have swing trading, where traders are holding positions for a few days, maybe even weeks,
Okay.
trying to ride those price swings that happen over a slightly longer time frame.
So whether you're dealing it out for the long run or actively trading, it seems like diversification would be pretty important.
Absolutely.
You wouldn't put all your eggs in one basket or all your digital coins in one cryptocurrency.
100%. Yeah, diversification, fundamental principle of investing, no matter what you're putting your money in.
Right.
Spreading your investments across multiple cryptocurrencies can definitely help to kind of soften the blow if things go south.
Mitigate the risks,
Exactly.
which are inherent, let's be honest.
Yeah, this is not a risk-free endeavor, that's for sure.
Don't put all your faith in one single project, right? Especially in a market as volatile as this one.
Yeah, that's good advice.
Now, our source material also mentions something called staking and yield farming.
Yes.
Intriguing, but a little mysterious.
A little bit.
Can you shed some light?
Of course. What are those? So those are ways that people are trying to generate passive income with their cryptocurrency holdings.
Okay.
Staking, that typically involves holding a certain amount of a specific cryptocurrency in a digital wallet. And by doing that, you're helping to support the operations of a blockchain network.
So it's like you're contributing to the network's security.
Yes.
And getting rewarded for it.
Exactly. By staking your coins, you're essentially helping to validate transactions, make sure everything's running smoothly,
Okay.
and maintain the blockchain's integrity.
So you're an active participant in keeping the system up and running.
In a way, yeah. And in return, you're receiving rewards, often in the form of more of that cryptocurrency.
So it's like earning interest on your digital assets.
Exactly.
Interesting. Okay, what about yield farming?
Yield farming, that's a little bit more complex.
Okay.
Typically takes place in the world of what we call decentralized finance, or DeFi.
Okay.
It often involves lending your cryptocurrency
Okay.
through these specialized platforms, and in exchange, you're earning interest or other rewards.
Okay, so it sounds like yield farming, you need to be pretty comfortable with the technical side of things.
It can get very complex very quickly.
Yeah.
Really important to understand the risks involved
Yeah.
and the specific mechanics of each platform.
Right, because as with any investment opportunity, especially in the crypto world, got to weigh those risks.
Big time. And volatility is the one that always comes up.
Of course.
And for good reason. Cryptocurrency prices, they're all over the place, way more than traditional assets.
It's the double-edged sword, right?
Yeah.
Potential for big gains, potential for big losses.
Exactly.
What other risks should people be aware of?
Regulation. That's a big one. The cryptocurrency landscape is evolving so rapidly. Governments around the world are,
Trying to figure it out.
trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
What to do, how to approach it,
It's like the Wild West out there, but with better technology.
basically.
Okay.
What other pitfalls?
Security is paramount in this space.
Of course.
Blockchain technology itself, generally very secure.
Okay.
But individual investors really need to take precautions to protect their digital assets.
So choose your digital wallets wisely.
Yeah.
Strong passwords. Be aware of scams.
All of that, yep, all those phishing scams, all the things.
Right.
And then there's the potential for market manipulation.
Oh, right.
Because it's still a relatively new market and it's, less regulated.
Right.
It can be susceptible to manipulation.
By people with more money than us.
By large investors, coordinated groups.
Yeah, trying to game the system.
Trying to inflate prices, deflate prices.
Wow, it's a jungle out there.
It's a jungle out there, be careful.
Be aware of the risks. Do your research.
Absolutely.
Invest cautiously.
Especially if you're new.
Especially if you're new to the crypto world. But, it strikes me that as fascinating as this world of digital currency is, the potential of blockchain seems to go way beyond just buying and selling these digital coins.
Oh, absolutely. We've only scratched the surface of what blockchain can do.
Okay, I'm ready.
It has the potential to revolutionize so many industries.
What?
Any industry that relies on trust, transparency, that secure exchange of information.
Okay, now you got me really intrigued. Let's take a moment to explore some of those potential applications. We've spent a lot of time on the ins and outs of a cryptocurrency, but I am ready to have my mind blown wide open by all these other applications, these other industries, where blockchain could really change things. What are some of the most promising areas?
Supply chain management.
Okay.
Huge one.
Yeah.
Right now, we rely on this incredibly complex web of systems to track products as they move around the world.
Yeah, it's crazy, and you never really know. You don't know where things are coming from. Are they authentic?
Right, exactly.
And if there's a problem, good luck finding the source.
Right, exactly. So how would blockchain change that? Like, paint me a picture of a blockchain-powered supply chain.
Okay, imagine a world where every single step of a product's journey, from the moment it leaves the factory to the moment it arrives at your doorstep, is recorded on a blockchain.
Okay.
We could track products in real time.
Yeah.
Verify their origins.
Okay.
We know for sure that what we're buying is the real deal.
So no more counterfeit goods? Sign me up for that.
Exactly.
But it's even bigger than that, right? The benefits go beyond just like, we're getting rid of fraud.
100%.
Yeah.
Think about food safety, for example.
Okay.
If there's a contamination outbreak, we could immediately, instantly trace it back to the source.
Oh, wow.
Prevent the problem from spreading.
Okay.
Or imagine being able to track the ethical sourcing of materials.
Okay.
So consumers have more transparency. Businesses can actually back up their sustainability claims.
So it's like this whole hidden world of information about a product.
Yeah.
Suddenly, it's just right there. It's trackable. It's verifiable.
Transparency. Yeah.
That's amazing. What other industries are ripe for this kind of disruption?
Healthcare, another big one.
Okay.
Our medical records. Talk about sensitive information.
Oh my gosh. Whoa.
It's so important. But the systems we have right now for storing and sharing that information, they're not great.
Yeah.
Very fragmented.
Oh, tell me about it. I feel like I'm constantly filling out the same paperwork.
Right.
different providers, nobody can talk to each other. It's a mess.
Exactly. And it could be vulnerable to breaches, errors, all sorts of things.
Okay, so blockchain to the rescue. How would that offer a better way?
With blockchain, patients, you and I, we would have secure, centralized control over our own medical records.
Okay.
We could decide who gets to see them, doctors, researchers, whoever.
Okay.
And we'd know that our information is encrypted. It's tamper-proof.
Okay. So it's giving power back to the patient.
Exactly. It's your data.
Right.
And this would be huge for medical research, too, by the way.
Okay. How so?
Imagine having access to this massive, secure, shared database of patient information.
Yeah.
It could completely revolutionize how quickly we develop new treatments and cures.
Right, because right now everything's so siloed.
Exactly.
It's hard to get a complete picture.
Exactly. Blockchain could change all that.
That's really exciting. Any other industries we should be keeping an eye on?
Oh, yeah, real estate.
Okay.
Buying or selling property is, everyone knows it's a nightmare.
It's so complicated.
It's paper intensive. It takes forever.
Yeah, and it seems like there's so much room for error or even worse, fraud.
Exactly. And those disputes can drag on forever.
I've heard horror stories.
Blockchain could streamline the entire process.
Okay, how so?
We could create a single, immutable record of property ownership.
Okay.
So transactions are faster, more transparent, less prone to those nasty disputes.
No, instead of all this back and forth, it's like, nope, here's the record on the blockchain. It's right there.
Exactly. It's all out in the open.
Wow, that would be a game changer.
And it could even open up new possibilities for fractional ownership.
Okay, what does that mean?
It would make it easier for people to invest in real estate.
Hmm.
You wouldn't need a ton of money to buy an entire property.
Okay.
You buy a small piece of it.
On the blockchain.
Exactly.
Wow, that's fascinating. It's like we're really rethinking ownership and investment here.
100%. And these are just a few examples.
I know, right?
People are exploring blockchain for everything, from voting, making sure elections are secure,
Okay, yeah.
to protecting our digital identities, to creating new forms of art.
Wow, it really does seem like we're just scratching the surface.
Yeah, we're just getting started.
So with all this potential, I have to ask, why hasn't blockchain taken over the world yet? What's holding it back?
That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
A few key challenges. One is scalability. For blockchain to really go mainstream, these networks need to be able to handle a massive amount of transactions quickly and efficiently.
Right. If it takes forever to process a simple transaction, what's the point?
Exactly. And that's not always easy with the technology we have right now.
Okay, so scalability. What else?
Regulation, another big one.
Of course, yeah.
Still a lot of uncertainty. Governments are trying to figure out what to do, how to regulate this new technology.
It's like the Wild West again.
Exactly. The rules are trying to catch up.
Right.
And that makes it tough for businesses to fully embrace blockchain.
They don't know what the rules are going to be, so they're hesitant.
Exactly.
Makes sense. And what's the last challenge?
Public understanding, I think.
Right.
For this to really take off, people need to understand what blockchain is, how it works, why it even matters.
Yeah, it reminds me of the early days of the internet.
Totally.
It took a while for people to get it.
It takes time.
For the technology to mature.
Exactly. We're still in those early innings. It's an exciting time to be paying attention.
Yeah, we're definitely at the forefront of something potentially huge.
Exactly. And the next few years will be critical.
So much to look forward to.
So much to look forward to.
Well, this has been a fascinating deep dive.
It has.
We've covered so much ground today.
It's covered a lot.
The fundamentals of cryptocurrency, the mind-blowing potential of blockchain and all these different industries.
And I think the key takeaway here is this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
The world of cryptocurrency, the world of blockchain, it's constantly evolving.
Yeah, and the more you learn.
The more questions you have.
Exactly, and that's the beauty of a deep dive, right?
Absolutely.
It's not about walking away with all the answers.
It's about asking the right question.
It's about giving you the knowledge, the tools to navigate this exciting, ever-changing world. So, until next time, happy exploring.